as scary as the idea sounds, once you take the action, 9 out of 10 times the solution will always present itself to you, right? You just got to commit to take the action. And then once you do that, like the solution will always present itself to you. And so, I basically give an example and tell you a story. About 2 years ago, when I was invited to speak down in Miami, Florida, I was sharing the stage with Bobby Castro. Dude sold this company for $1 billion. Today, he has hundreds of millions in his multifamily portfolio. He's got a family office. We had Brandon Dawson, right? Brandon Dawson, of course, 10X, Grant Cardone's business partner. We had Floyd Mayweather. We had hip hop musical artist, big time name, Rich the Kid. And I went to my wife and I said, man, I'm going to go down there in a private jet. She's like, what? Man, I'm going to go down in a private jet, man. Floyd Mayweather's got a jet. Brad Blazar's got a jet. She's like, you have any idea what that cost? I had no freaking idea. I'd never done it before. It's scary. So she's like, why don't you just fly first class? I mean, go first class, it's $1,200-1,500. So I started calling charter companies. Mr. Blazar, the estimates in your email, 42,000 on that one. Oh shit. Cheapest one I could find was $36,000. I signed the contract and I wired the deposit. My wife went ballistic. I mean, like screaming, yelling, pulling her hair out. What are you doing? That's our daughter's college fund. I sat back and I said, okay, that jet has 9 seats. I only need one. I went to social media and I said, hey guys, I'm getting a mastermind put together in the sky at 40,000 feet, private jet. Everyone's going to be 7-8 figure ballers. Sold the other 8 seats and I flew for free.
I love
Now,
that.
it scared the shit out of me because I was liable for $35,000. But I fell into it and I figured the shit out and I ended up flying for free and I've done it multiple times. But, just taking the action of making that decision, we got great content. Everybody had a lot of fun. Some people that were coach friend of mine said, man, that changed my life. That set me up because I was thinking too small.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that idea. That sounds a lot like Myron Golden's private jet story. He
Yeah.
basically wanted to start flying private, so he put together an offer that would allow him to do so, and then
Yep.
here he can do it
There
regularly.
you go.
And
Yep.
that's such an amazing concept that you got there. So in your business and experience and life and everything, what would you say has kind of been like your number one superpower or unique ability that has allowed you to crush it doing what you do?
I think there's a couple things. One I think is just really reading people, building relationships. I think one of the other big things that has both been a benefit, but also maybe a hindrance is I'm a real giver. I just like to give, and sometimes I just give too much. And then finally, you realize, okay, you're giving way too much. You got to create boundaries. You got to learn to say no. But I think the real thing that's allowed me to raise a lot of money is really building relationships with people, really showing people that I care about them, that I'm vested in their success, that I want them to do more. The other, I think, also is, just being around, kind of like you said, Chris, other successful people that are at or above where I currently am in my business and learning and listening, but more importantly, implementing. Like when I see somebody doing something and they're crushing it, I'm like, what are they doing, man? I got to watch and then I got to implement.
Yeah.
You can be a bystander and you can watch other people have all the success, or you can learn from them and then implement those things in your business so that hopefully you have comparable success. Now, it might not happen overnight, but at least you're making progress. At least you're moving forward. And I think what happens to a lot of people is they start doing something, it doesn't take off as fast as they would have hoped it would, and then they just give up. It's like that great book. I forget what it's called, 6 Feet from Gold or something like that. It's about these guys that have this gold mine and they're chipping away, and they don't find it. And so they ultimately sell the mine and the next person comes in and boom, 6 feet, there's the big vein, boom, there's the millions of dollars, right? They just gave up too early. They were that close. And so it's really just believing in what you want and just going at it and just never giving up.
If you want to save time on watching all the episodes, but still get all the gold nuggets that we find from interviewing these 7, 8, and 9-figure entrepreneurs, then you can get all of that inside of the 2 Comma Club newsletter. Just go to 2ccnewsletter.com and subscribe.